Carmel Church is important to us for the principal reason is we believe it's a family church. When we first came to Carmel 5, 6, 7 years ago, our girls were at an age where friendship at church was becoming more and more important, and we came to Carmel, and the first Sabbath we went there were kids and young people involved in the church service, and it just blew us away as a great family church, an opportunity for our kids to be nurtured at this church, but also to become a part of the church service as they grew up, and really have a sense of involvement, and which has been our experience all along, and we really value that at Carmel.
The church is important to me because it's a safe place where I can go to be with people who believe the same things I do, and who can encourage me and support me in my growth and my journey with Jesus.
The church is important to me because it has a social aspect where I can go there and meet my community friends and know that I am not going to be judged because of my beliefs, which you can get in a society. But it's a safe place where I can worship Jesus, and you need that re-energy. You need Jesus. It's like you need to re-energize on Jesus. But church is like one of those ones you get a good charge, like an energizer charge, whereas during the week I probably shouldn't be, but I'm more black and gold kind of charge. It's not as good, but being around other people, it gives you better charge.
I would like to see the church grow, not in size, but in relationship with other people there, because like can't really fit any more people, to be honest. But we have enough people. It's just building the relationship with them.
Well, I guess it could grow in a few dimensions. It could grow physically, as in more people, more members, but it could grow in activity, enthusiasm, energy levels. It could grow in spirituality, so a bigger depth of feeling, meaning.
I'd like to see it move out of the church building and into the community as a group of church individuals, being of some benefit to somebody.
I'd like to see the church grow in outreach to, well, I suppose the unchurched, people that don't generally go to church, in areas involving more in social and other things that a lot of people in the community feel uncomfortable maybe going to a church, but they might go to a social gathering where we're all together, and they can see that we're not really that much different to what they are. We just have our beliefs.
The church works well together in the fact that it allows everybody to bring their different talents and use them in the areas to worship God, to share God, to make a difference in our community, both local and overseas.
I think they work for a common purpose. They're very structured, they're very organised, and they're very caring towards each other.
I think mostly when it has a very clear goal. So, when everyone's busy arranging a service or something, everyone can work together and does usually. Everyone has some input, their favourite song, something like that.
I think the church works together well in caring for people. I think that's a really important role of the church. Jesus talks a lot about caring for widows and homeless, etc. And that takes a lot of different people to do that. It's a bit like the role of the mother. One time they're a nurse, and another time they're a teacher, and another time they might be a chef. And I think all those types of people are needed in the church too, because the role of caring spans a whole lot of different disciplines.
I think it can expand its ministry locally more than, as well as I grew up in Adventist families, we've always talked about the mission fields, but I think the mission fields is just as much at home and amongst our fellow workers where we are. We work from day to day.
We help out with a lot of mission trips, keep everybody in touch, and if something goes wrong, like what happened with my family, they're just there to support you.
We need to get more out in the community. We need to be seen more as a loving, caring group rather than just a set of doctrine.
I think it's amazing how we have people like Norm within our church and the ministry that's brought to our church from the Carmel Cares program. One of our girls, Hayley, is involved in that and enjoying that time. But it's an opportunity for the church to give something back to the community, and also with the work that's been going on over the years, the mission work and the projects that we've been able to work as a church to assist with funding for those overseas mission programs has been fantastic. But I really think we need to be looking more at what we can do in the local community and really is making a difference in this Carmel environment.
I can see the church expanding its ministry. Well, anything that you want to do, any ministry you think is important because it is important to you. So I'm talking to you, yes you. Now, I know you're thinking that I'm just talking to a camera, but I'm actually talking to you. Yes, you, the one who looks confused. Yeah, that's the one. Now I'm talking to you. I think the effective ministry, whatever you start, it just has to be relevant for today. That is the only thing. Yeah, I think as long as it's relevant to today, any ministry could expand.
Like I said before, the ministry of the church is multifaceted, and so I think it would be very hard to pick just one aspect that you couldn't do without. I think it kind of needs all the different areas, a bit like an orchestra needs all the different instruments, a bit like a stir fry needs all the different vegetables.
I don't think the church could go without any of the ministries due to the fact that they all correlate to each other, and if one goes, it'll affect the whole church.
We focus on the personal aspect, certainly family ministries, and ADRA are a critical part of our church, caring for those unfortunate people.
The church, well, it depends how you look at it, but the church really couldn't do without the ministry of, well, what's involved in making a church service or making people talk to each other, making it a social event.
I think a church that focuses on itself and its own internal programs is a church that's not going to grow and flourish. The fact that we have a number of ministries that focus on external to the church, such as Carmel Cares, such as our overseas mission projects that some fantastic people in our church are involved with, are so crucial to our role in the world as Christians and wanting to make a difference in the lives of those around about us. For some strange reason, the government approved my working with children application, so as a result of that, I've been able this year to assist my wife Lauren in the junior Sabbath school, and we have a great time out there every Sabbath. We've got a group of 8 to 12 children that come regularly, and hopefully they enjoy the program that Lauren puts together and I assist with, and just to see Jesus in their lives and to hopefully make a contribution to their lives that will create memories for them moving in their future. I also have had the pleasure of working on the social committee this year, and that's been a lot of fun. I don't really enjoy dressing up in women's clothes. Well, not as much as Wayne and Heath do, but a social part of the church I think is very important. So being part of that is a lot of fun and really helps to bring our church together spiritually and socially, which I think are really important.
I contribute to my church through the aspect of music. I try to contribute sometimes to social ideas, usually just general. I think the best thing to do is to just be part of it. I contribute by just being part of the church and the community that's within it.
I think I contribute contribute to the church more through music than anything else, and yeah, just helping out.
As little as possible, generally. I try and sneak out the door and don't want to do too much work, but don't get ideas. Nominating committee, don't get ideas from me.
I think my role as somebody who just attends and talks to people is probably about as important as my role when I might be involved in the music or organising the program or something like that. I think all the roles are important, even just people attending and adding to the music, the singing, adding to the goodwill, if you like, the ambience of the place, the socialisation before and after the service. I think they're, yeah, all important roles. I think a ministry is effective if the people who are involved are enthusiastic, energetic, really believe in it, highly committed. If they're well grounded spiritually, as in they know that this is what God wants them to do. I think that gives them a real focus, and it gives them a reason to do what they're doing, and they'll do it well because they really believe in it.
It has to serve a relevant purpose to the benefit of somebody.
Is how it's received will make it whether it's effective or not.
A lot of things, like communication between those involved in the ministry.
Passion makes an effective ministry.
When it connects with other people, when it makes other people interested in it.
I think an effective ministry is based on identifying a need and endeavouring to plug that need. And sometimes that's not obvious, but you know, we go to God with our ideas, and He often opens doors, and we're just His hands and His feet in achieving those and meeting those needs within the community. So yeah, it's just the work of the Lord working through us to help make a ministry effective.
One that achieves results. Like, if you have no results out of a ministry, then you know it's not working.
I said once, I said twice, I said 3 times, I go back on itself, say it one more time. It is relevance, my friend. Relevance, which is the most important thing that you have to have in ministry. Because without relevance, no one will listen to you.
He makes the whole body fit
Together perfectly.
As each part
Does its own special work.
It helps the other parts grow.
So that the whole body is healthy
And growing.
And full of love.